You know, one of the places and one of the areas in our region that's made some enormous progress, and they don't always get the credit they should for the effort, is the building trades and trying to diversify the opportunity in the trades. And I don't know how familiar all of you are with the I.B.E.W. Local 5 here in Pittsburgh, but it is truly globally recognized for its training and its philosophy about how to prepare people to build everything that's all around us here. It's an amazing story. And we're really pleased today to have several representatives from the trades and Local 5 in particular to talk about opportunities in education and in the skilled trade unions. And so I'm going to read off their names all at once. They're all going to come up here and tell you a little bit about the work they're doing. Walter Bentley, the Minority and Diversity Recruiting Specialist for the Joint Apprenticeship Training Committee for Local 5. Jeff Nobers, who's the relatively new Executive Director of the Builders Guild of Western Pennsylvania. Leticia Fedora, General Manager of Great Service Forums, but more importantly, a proud electrical union member. And Erin Brooks, a Journeyman Wireman with I.B.E.W. Local Union 5. Please welcome them.
Okay. Okay, hello everyone. I'm Walt Bentley. I'm an electrician for Local 5, and right now I'm the recruitment and diversity specialist for the local in our Joint Apprenticeship Committee. And we have made big strides into make sure that everyone is included. My job was created to make sure that we go out into the community and let the community know that Local 5, the electricians local, and all the other trade unions are looking for good people, good qualified people, and that's what I do. I go to schools, I go to trade schools, I go to high schools, I go to grade schools. I'm going to a luncheon program up on the north side later this week, and the kids are like between the ages of 3 and 18. But the thing is, you have to plant the seed early to let young people know you must go ahead and do everything your teachers are saying, get your English and your math, all your academic skills done, because the apprenticeships, they're like going to college. As a matter of fact, our apprenticeship program, you end up with a college degree from CCAC at the end of your career. Well, not the end of your career, but at the end of your apprenticeship. It's a 2-year degree in electrical construction technology, which allows people to go into 4-year degrees and even further. I mean, we have people who have become teachers. And it's because they started out as electrician apprentice, and decided, okay, I want to go back to school and get my 4-year degree. So it works out really well. And I just want to say that I've had a great career. I've had a great career in this program. I started in 1977 as an apprentice, and I've seen a lot of changes. And I've seen a lot of good things, and I've seen some bad things, but you know what? There's more good than bad. And one of the things that I noticed lately is when I'm out recruiting, that a lot of our young people in our African American group do not have driver's license. That's a major thing. And it's a barrier that's holding people back. Because the barrier of ban the box, we've been really proactive about that for years. And but the whole thing is driver's license are very important in the construction trade unions, because you have to go from job to job to job. And we hate to use it as a barrier, but we want our apprentices to be successful because they're our investment. So, I'm going to move on.
Thanks, Walt. My name's Jeff Nobers. I'm the Executive Director of the Builders Guild. of Western Pennsylvania. We're a labor management group, so my membership and board is comprised of both business agents from the 16 construction trade unions here in Western Pennsylvania, as well as the owners of large general construction firms, as well as specialty construction firms. So we have a unique viewpoint and working relationship as it really relates to workforce development. And I think the biggest issue when we hear about workforce development a lot, and the Shell cracker plant and the petroleum industry and manufacturing and technically skilled positions that are going to become available over the next 7 to 10 years. And if you just take the Shell plant as an example, we're probably still 12 to 18 months away from the full-scale construction on that plant. And we're looking 4 years or better down the road before people start to work there. And those are not all college degree positions. Many of them can be associate degrees, a lot of lab technicians and things of that nature. The reality is the construction trades need people today. Our workforce development isn't 4 years from now or 2 years from now. It's today. We have some of our unions are literally maxed out at this point, and we haven't even scratched the surface of what's coming here in this region. There's at least one, if not two more cracker plants being looked at on a regional basis. There's the petroleum, or not the petroleum, the liquid natural gas storage facilities that are being looked at, which would serve as a significant hub for the Northeast United States. Add to that the hospital construction, the academic construction, all the other infrastructure construction going on. And we're looking at a market where if you got into the construction trades now, you're set up for the next 20 to 30 years. This is not going to slow down. And I think the one other point to make is that by coming into the construction trades, I think there remains a viewpoint that these are somehow not worthy jobs or that you can make a career. These are highly skilled jobs. To be an electrician, I mean, think about it yourself. Are you going to go into your house today and start doing electrical work? Unless you want it to burn down tonight, you're probably not. You need somebody like Walt, who is, a highly experienced professional. And the same goes with carpentry or plumbing. Operating engineers, the folks that run the big heavy equipment, they don't have to know how to use the levers so much as they have to know how to program software into the computers on board the machinery and plug in all the GPS coordinates. It's like being a pilot on a 737. They're there to monitor the machine. And the apprenticeship schools are very, very competitive. But there's no cost for those schools. The unions and the general contractors pay for the education. About $10,000 a year per person, over $30 million a year that we spend to train folks to come into the construction trades. So this is truly a career people can embrace. And I think the biggest issue, as Walt said, that we face are two things: driver's license and making sure kids are learning reading and math skills, because that's what we need. And you can have an exceptionally lucrative career in the trades.
Hi. I just want to give you a little bit of perspective as a woman in the trades and where it can lead you, because I think there is a lot more opportunity than just being a tradesperson out in the field. And I had to sit here and chuckle a little bit with all the talk about the airport, because as an apprentice, that was one of the first jobs that I was on. So it always holds a special place in my heart that I actually got to work on the airport. As a woman coming into the trade, I think the important thing is that we need to give our girls a very strong background in math. And we also need to give them the skills to understand that it's a non-traditional workplace and what that entails. We do a lot of recruiting for minorities and for women in the trades, and the retention rate for women is extremely low. And it's because women get into the trades and don't understand the obstacles that they'll face. They don't understand the mentality and the work ethics that are expected in the trades. And so I think if we can build our girls up to understand that those things are required, they can end up in a position that's extremely good for them. I put 2 girls through college. I have a son still at home. I make more money than my girls who went to college, who are very talented at their jobs. It speaks to the trades that we work hard and we make good money. We have good benefits, and it's a great place for a woman to be because of that. But the other thing that happens in the trade is you have other skills that you learn and develop that you don't even realize. And so as a foreman running work, I learned a lot of organizational skills. I learned a lot of people skills that I had brought with me from a previous career. And I ended up in a position with a company called Great Service Forums. I'm now doing training and networking for electrical contractor service management personnel. So a career in the trades doesn't end with the trades. A career in the trades ends up where you want it to end up. There are just so many opportunities. We have women that are service managers in companies. We have women that are working as estimators, women that are working as project managers. So there is a lot of opportunity to develop beyond the trade and into where you want to be. I really encourage women to become involved in the trades, and I think that if anybody ever has any questions about women coming into the trades, they should get a hold of Walt, because he knows the people to put you in touch with and who to talk to. But I really encourage people to look into the trades.
It's on me already. How you doing? I'm here. I'm also, I benefited from the trades, being an electrician, a journeyman wireman. I.B.E.W has been looking to reach out and diversify, because, you know, getting into the unions in the early days, you weren't related to somebody, you probably weren't going to get in sometimes. Before I got into the trades, I was in a little bit of trouble. Spent some time up in upstate maximum security prisons, and how I benefited is the local giving me a second chance. I was a single father. I had a kid in CYF, and you know, when I came home, you know, I was mopping floors and cleaning bathrooms, living in a depressed neighborhood, drugs being sold outside my house every night. Drugs being sold outside my house every night, a lot of crime. And I got into the trade and going through the apprenticeship, and a couple years later, I was able to move into my own home, move my kid out of where we were, and things have been great now. You know, I got good health care, good benefits package, pension, and a great career job. So that is one of the problems, the issues we have, you know, when we're trying to diversify. A lot of us guys, sometimes we come with a criminal background, and sometimes we're just looking for a second chance. You never know where it might lead. So, you know, as you can see, I'm kind of nervous being up here, but all I can say is it's just been great getting a second chance. You know, some of us are just forced to work off of an ex-con list and just survive and stay out of trouble. And you know, I got a career job. You know, I'm not just surviving. You know, me and my family are living and enjoying benefits. So also as a way to give back, I wrote a book about it. It's called Through the Test of Time. If anybody would like any more information about it, talk to me after we leave here.
Well, I think that's a critical thing, what Erin said too, is, and Walt alluded to it. Your past and background is not going to be a barrier for the construction trades, and that goes across the board to all 16 unions as well as the contractors. As silly as it sounds, the only thing that's going to keep you from being able to pursue that is a driver's license and a means of transportation. And there's a lot of folks I talk to, because, you know, Walt and I do a lot of career fairs together, and you'll talk to fellas, and hey, they're good people. Whatever happened in their life. You know, it's time to move on and have that chance. But they won't have a driver's license for 3 or 4 years. And some people don't have them because they owe child support. So my question is, how are you supposed to work to earn enough money to pay the child support if the state won't let you have your driver's license so you can drive to a job to work? So it's, you know, I think these are some of the issues that as a region, as community leaders, as elected officials, that we need to address at a different level, which is the state. You know, whether you lost your license over DUI, or it was a drug possession thing, or it's because you owe child support, there have to be some accommodations made for restricted licenses. And I know there's some programs, but I've talked to these guys, and aside from the fact that it may cost them thousands of dollars, it takes months and months and months, if not years, to get through that process. So I think we just have to look at ways, if we want people to improve themselves, if we want to give people the opportunity, then we have to remove those types of barriers that really are nonsense in many respects.
Okay. Yes, and like Jeff was saying, that's one of the bigger areas we've had problems with recruiting, the driver's license. But the other thing, we need to prepare our children through the City of Pittsburgh school district system for the trade jobs that are out there, because it's like winning a scholarship. I feel like I won the Willy Wonka Prize when I got in this program because I've done a lot of great things in my life, and my family's taken care of, and our health care is second to none because we can use UPMC and Highmark. You know?